You pitched 12 ideas and 11 ideas won awards.
तो वो जमाने में ही रहो भाई, नए जमाने में मत रहो.
How are you guys doing this? Just spill the tea.
You asked me a very, very tough question, yeah, because nobody likes people who sell just to make a good portfolio out of it. I'm not going to do that.
Their audience didn't like that ad and that's why they took it down.
Wallpaper.
Yeah.
It sounds so simple. I learned that very early on, the fact that I hate selling myself and I'm not going to make my team sell.
Brand who created a campaign.
What is my role now? And it's a very, very large brand. I need to be on top of mind when they do need me.
Something like D2C brand should invest in TVC.
Is the fact that how do I create a need for me to be in there? That one spec ad you made or one creative you made.
You have worked in Ogilvy India and Ogilvy London.
We have a call with the Philippines government. So we work with Lifebuoy. Each government gives us a different understanding on what their solar initiative is.
So you work without a brief.
Like I said, I can't disclose a lot more on it. It's going to come out and you'll know. That's it. It was absurd. Absolutely absurd.
So if you had to summarize your life with a song, which one would it be?
एडवर्टाइजिंग इंडस्ट्री जितनी खूबसूरत इंडस्ट्री है, इसमें एंट्री करना उतना ही डिफिकल्ट. सो इफ यू आर समवन हु वांट्स टू एंटर इनटू दिस इंडस्ट्री और जो ऑलरेडी वर्क कर रहा है, प्लीज डोंट मिस दिस पॉडकास्ट एट एनी कॉस्ट. ट्रस्ट मी, आपकी 90% प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन आपको इसी से मिल जाएगा. प्लस आई हैव स्पेशल सरप्राइज फॉर माय ऑडियंस, सो स्टे ट्यून्ड टिल द एंड.
Hey Shrey, welcome to Make It Happen podcast, and I am so excited to have you here as my guest today.
Thank you for having me.
So, before we dive into serious things, I would like to take a moment to appreciate the name of your advertising agency, Yellow Advertising Agency. Especially, I love the thought behind it because yellow symbols of boldness and you can't ignore that, right? So who came up with this idea? I would love to know more about it.
When I was actually starting it up overall, there was only one agency called Grey with a color name, and I just thought to myself that even if you do end up using a color, and in case I fail in life, I maybe can use that company name for something else because the color is so open. And I can use yellow as bicycles also, yellow t-shirt company or anything can be made out of. So that's the main reason why I went along with the name overall.
Okay, so let's move on to our segment first, थोड़ी सी जान पहचान हो जाए. So, you have worked at top agencies like Ogilvy, Leo Burnett, etc. before starting your yearly advertising agency. So, when did you feel like you are ready to start something of your own?
I did not actually feel I was ever ready to start something by myself. To be honest with you, it's something in terms of I went for my master's. I came back to India and I was working with my father. My father does exports of spices and food products. So what happened in that case is that I worked with him for a year, but I realized the fact that I can't see myself doing this for the rest of my life. A friend of mine then just reached out to me and said that, okay, I know you're getting bored in your current work. Do you want to design something for this brand that I have and see how it goes? So I designed something for it and it actually showed up in the newspapers. And I was shocked the fact that I designed something myself and it's come up in the newspaper as a newspaper ad overall. So why can't I make this a career? Why can't I start something by myself? And that's how it actually happened. It was very, very hard the initial few years because I started something by myself, registering a company, going about every aspect of documentation for that, and then looking out for clients, people to reach out to you, people to work with you. You don't have any kind of credibility in the market, but why would people reach out to you? Why would people want to work with you? So that was a real challenge overall, but and that really deterred me from the aspect of not doing it at all also. But in my case specifically, it started in that manner only. It was just something that I stumbled upon, but then made it a career as a long-term thing.
even I am also accidental copywriter, you can say, because in my last case, like even advertising chooses them also. Even I can call you, even like you stumble accidentally in advertising agency, yeah.
So accidentally stumbled into advertising, basically. Let's just put it
Yeah.
that way. But I was always a creative person. So basically, I've always wanted to do something in the creative field. Did I ever expect to start my own agency? Probably initially when I was in college, probably not.
Yeah.
Had I given it a thought? Yes, I had given it a thought always. In every agency I worked in the past, I only try to understand how the business functions, what are the departments, who does what. That's what I was trying to do. Very subconsciously thinking the fact that maybe one day I might start something by myself. So that's and eventually how it started was something that accidentally happened. But I feel this was my calling. I feel this was always going to be something I was born to do.
One more thing I have noticed on your LinkedIn, like you have worked in Ogilvy India and Ogilvy London. So, did you notice any major or surprising differences in their work culture or approach to creativity?
Oh, huge difference. It's like the way the work in terms of purely timing perspective, it is very long ago actually. It was like around 14 years ago, but how much I do remember, uh, um, the timings were very, very much more streamlined. The timing, the way the briefs came was very different overall. It was way more clearer. Uh, Although now we function with very, very intelligent and clever clients who also give us kick-ass briefs so that it just makes work a lot easier. But when I started off, it's something that I learned, the fact that like the clarity of the brief that comes in was very different when I worked abroad as opposed to here.
So, which one do you like the most?
Oh,
India.
here, of course. India, of course.
Okay, so like you wear two very different hats at Yule Advertising, like CEO and creative director. So, how do those roles differ for you, and which one do you enjoy the most?
In terms of CEO role
And CD, because you are also a creative director at Yule Advertising, yeah.
you asked me a very, very tough question. Yeah, like I honestly, my role is 50-50 at the moment. Although there are weeks where I really enjoy the business side of things, and there are weeks where I really enjoy the creative side of things. I've been thinking to myself that if I have to give up on one of the roles at this point of time, which one would it be? And I can't. I don't have an answer to it. So I enjoy both of them equally. But like I said, there are days.
I love your honesty. Okay, so like the first client story is always like special. So how did you get your first client when you started?
So, like I told you, the fact that like I got that one brand who wanted one ad, I made that ad and that went out. After that, I was
Yeah.
hoping that brand will give me a lot of work. I'm alone. The brand will now help me kickstart my career. But the brand never came back for second, third, fourth work, anything at all. So it came down to knocking on various different doors. Like maybe you have something for me. You have something for me. I can do this for you. I can do that for you. I landed my first, the second client from there came after like a couple of months of just constantly calling up, cold calling people, posting on Facebook groups, and then someone just randomly said, my second client from them came just that I want a brochure design for an engineering company. It was, and I did design the brochure for them, and they didn't pay me for it, and they disappeared. And that was my second client, and I thought, oh God, this is the industry, this is how people work. Like I didn't realize the fact, I didn't even know the fact that where it's going to take me. But that's how the second client actually came, is the fact that back in the day, what used to happen is there were Facebook groups which were purely pertaining to networking. And people used to post their inquiries on it, like I want a logo design, I want a brochure design, I want. So basically, basis that I should just comment on it, like reach out to me. That's how it happened.
For a new agency, like is getting a client brief the hardest part, right? So what does it actually take to reach that stage, especially when you are the one approaching the brand, not the other way around?
It's very hard in this day and age, to be honest with you. It was much more simpler in my time when I started. Right now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is an agency. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry wants to do something in social media or AI, or I can do it one-person agency and all that. So it's very hard unless and until you're able to prove value, or unless and until you're able to show some kind of value that you can bring to to them, right? The brands will never reach out to you until unless they don't need you. So how many times you will reach out to them and say the fact that okay, give me work, until they don't need you, they don't care about you, right? So the moment you come to a realization of that brand, the fact that they're only going to reach out to me when they need me. What is my role now? I need to be on top of mind when they do need me. How do I be top of mind? B is the fact that how do I create a need for me to be in their zone? Creating a need in the form of, hey, your website is not up to the mark. Let me create a better website for you. Now, don't say it that way that your website is not up to the mark. Nobody wants to hear something like that. But hey, like, I thought of a different way your positioning should happen. I'm just sending it to you. If you like it, you like it. Don't like it, you don't like it. But that's the effort you're going to put. That effort is way better and way more lucrative than doing a cold call and selling your services. Because nobody likes people who sell. I don't like people who sell. The people constantly sell themselves to me every single day. And I learned that very early on, the fact that I hate selling myself, and I'm not going to make my team sell our company also.
My next question is going to the around the same thing. So, have you ever created a campaign pitch without a brief just to showcase your agency's thinking or potential?
Yeah, all the time. We just did it recently also. Like at this point of time, our portfolio has become like 95% of known multinational global brands. But there was a time when there was only one large brand, which was, I don't want to name the brand, but there was a very large brand. That brand by itself, the brief used to be, दिवाली आ रही है, कैंपेन बना दो. ऐसा दिवाली आ रही है, कैंपेन बना दो, मतलब क्या होता है? मतलब क्या बनाना है कैंपेन, क्या प्रोडक्ट डाले, कुछ तो बताओ. अरे जो मन में आए बना दो ना. And it's a very, very large brand. And we went with a total blank slate, thinking अभी कैंपेन बना दो, दिवाली आ रही है, क्या बनाए. So we just went with random ideas all together, fleshed out some creatives, and it was me plus one person from the team at that time. And it kind of worked, where they, out of the 10 ideas we had pitched, I think they liked 3 ideas, and we ended up doing something. But if I would have given pushback more and saying that give me a proper brief, it would have probably not even come to us. So I just went with the idea that this is how they work. Let's work according to them, and let's give them something. Basically, and that's what worked in our favor.
So you worked without a brief, just on the single line. Diwali hai, kuch chahiye.
Yeah, bus. That's it. It was absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Okay, so I don't know why, but I think you are going to find the second question surprising. You have worked with so many brand campaigns and pitches and so many things. So which niche do you personally find hard to crack?
Which niche do I find hard to crack?
Yeah.
Niche in terms of brand category by itself, or you mean to say in terms of purely a different campaign idea or something?
Brand niche like B2B, like Fevicol.
Okay, you mean that way. You mean category that way?
Yeah, category wise.
Okay. So it's been very hard where we have consistently failed.
Yeah.
Is in the paints category, paints, wall paint.
Yeah.
It sounds so simple. It sounds like, okay, wall paints. And we had 3 of the biggest brands in the country, specifically, who do painting of walls and out exterior, interior walls. And they asked us to take on the brand. One was only for packaging, one was only for marketing, one was only for videos. All 3 times we could not crack it. All 3 times we were, despite having researched on the category, going deep into the stores, not so regularized the market is by itself, not
Yeah.
understanding that how people unorganized it is, how people go and buy paint. You and I don't go and buy paint. Like our painters go and buy paint. How do we attract them to buy our paint, right? And this is the topmost player, so they're automatically selling. Despite of my marketing doing or not doing, they're always going to sell. The point of the matter is the fact that what will I do different that they sell more? But we were never able to crack that. So that's one category we've not been able to crack at all. Another category we've not been able to crack much, actually we've not tried much, is in the medical space. We do exceptionally well in the nutraceutical space, but we don't do well in the medical space. Somehow or other, we have India's largest medical client now who just signed up with us last week. So hoping to break that jinx this time around. So I'm looking at it very closely as to how we are performing on that front.
We will do soon. I know. You have started, I think, 2013, right?
Yes.
So the question was like, have you ever worked on a campaign that was really difficult to crack, but you eventually figured it out? Like when
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give you a very more recent example. There's a European Council which is purely working towards bringing solar to homes in underdeveloped and developing nations. So their goal is purely to bring solar power to these homes. We are supposed to brand it. We are supposed to give them a go-to market. Like how do you market to close to 75 different countries, 75 to 80 countries with one sole marketing message? How does it translate into 80 different countries? And how will the product then be picked up into those countries? We were pitching, there were 15 agencies pitching. We were the only one from India pitching, and the rest were from internationally different countries. We won the pitch finally, but it was a real challenge just to purely figure out solar, B, market, the market adoption capability, how much are people going to understand, and not only from an India perspective but from a global perspective. What is the line to use that works very well, that I don't need to translate also to explain to people what it is. That was a very hard one. That is going to come out in November though. You'll see it in November. I can't disclose more than that at this point of time, but yeah, this is one of the closest ones that I can think of right now, because really,
could you tell us the brief, like what the brief was?
If you understand the product, right? The product is purely solar panels.
Yeah.
Putting those solar panels on roofs. And how would you convince me as a homeowner over here to not use normal electric system and use solar panels? The most obvious answer is, okay, play on cost. Okay, this is cheaper for you. This is electricity bill bachao, right?
Yeah.
But this is a lot more nuanced than that. So basically, what we got an understanding of was we spoke to government people, and we are still on a daily basis speaking to government people from various different countries. So today my team was on a call with the government of Ghana. Next week on Monday we have a call with the Philippines government, and each government gives us a different understanding on what their solar initiative is, and how does the product that we are marketing for fit into that. So the brief had come to us, which was like a 40-pager of full product understanding, and understanding of how they're going to go about the process of installing basically converting into solar homes, solar roofs all across. So like I said, I can't disclose a lot more on it. It's going to come out and you'll know. So it's going to come out soon in November. You'll know. Maybe I'm slowly gradually going to start promoting it in July, August.
It's just on the same thing. I have noticed you pitched 12 ideas and 11 ideas won awards. So like, I don't know, like, how are you guys doing this? Just spill the tea. I also want to know.
we don't work for awards, right? That's how we do it. I honestly speaking, I tell my office of the same thing. Like, I don't care about awards. I don't give a damn about it. Okay, so like my team really wants to apply for it, so we assign some budget for it, but I really don't pay attention to awards at all. For me, my biggest award is my brand sticking around with me long term. Like most of our brands at the moment are 6 years, 7 years, 8 years into association. So that's my biggest award for me, that we must be doing something right that they are stuck around for so long. Second thing is the fact that we only work towards, that dialogue, right?
Yeah.
Chase excellence, and success will follow, right? So
Yeah, Three
that's
Idiots.
all we look at. It's like, yeah, Three Idiots, exactly. So that's what we only look at. Is like, forget what the reward is. Let's just make sure our work is kick-ass. That's what we look at
But
doing.
I am still suspicious. Like you guys are doing something differently in your process. I am still.
Oh, there's nothing different. Yeah, I'm telling you this. I'm giving you a very boring answer, but the fact that I'm telling you there's nothing different in our process. There's nothing. There's no magic tool that we use. Nothing at all. Yeah. It's purely working towards making sure what we do have is we take a deep dive into everything that we do. So what we do have is I have a very strong team who takes a deep dive and breathes that particular brand and the category. So if any
Yeah.
given point in time you ask them questions about not their own brand but another brand from the same category, they will know it. We take a good history understanding. We take the team on ground into the market where the products are being sold specifically, and ask them to experience it as a customer, then as a store person, then as a salesperson. So every aspect of the what we are doing, they experience it firsthand to come back with a better solution for it. So that's something that we do as an agency, as an effort, and our brands don't tell us to do it, but we do it as an effort, so that we learn a lot more.
Can we say like because your team does a lot of research and the research is the main thing? Can we say?
Research is the main thing. Research thing, like I can give you 20 books right now, okay, and tell you the fact that okay, this is the research on this category right now, right? And you will tell me how will you use the research? What are you going to take out of the 20 books you've given me? This is one line that I wanted, which is very important to me, and I'm going to sell the brand on. But how will you come down to that one line? What is that one line going to be within that books that you read? So, in essence, the fact that research is very important, but a strong understanding of that particular category and understanding of the audience is very, very, very important, and that I would that's secret sauce.
So,
We make
Shrey,
brands really relevant.
so now you are like a big agency. So do you still wait for the clients to approach you, or do you proactively analyze the brand and their campaigns pattern and then pitch your ideas? Like cold,
No.
not a
So
cold, but
now what has
yeah,
happened is we do reach out. So it's inbound versus outbound. Where like we are outbound maybe 2 times a year, whereas inbound we get a lot of inbound inquiries. So our business teams are purely working towards converting the inbound inquiries. Like in a normal day, on
yeah,
a normal day we get 17 to 20 inquiries in a day. We then filter at our end as to who we want to work with, and then we start reaching out to them. Out of that, a few of them don't convert, a few of them do convert. Don't do outbound anymore. Outbound is once in a while I'll see something on LinkedIn where someone has posted for an agency or something, and I'll put in the website link over there. That's
yeah.
the maximum outbound we actually do. Other than that, everything touchwood has been inbound only. So everything has been coming our way in terms of brands wanting to work with us rather than us wanting to work with those brands.
Okay, got it. Yeah, it actually feels like you are a desperate. Yeah, like when we are showing the.
Yeah.
Okay, so like.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so like our next segment is like हमारे ज़माने की बात. So, do you think advertising is losing creativity because of data, algorithm, and AI? Do you think?
I feel it's evolving. It's not losing creativity. It's pushing
Yeah,
us to be creative in different ways. As mediums are changing, as consumption patterns are changing,
yeah,
it's evolving. I would say it cannot it's people like me and my agency's job to take the industry forward, and that's what we do. We don't lose our creativity. We just evolve and change with changing times. We cannot remain stuck in वो जमाने में क्या ads बनते थे, तो वो जमाने में ही रहो भाई, नए जमाने में मत रहो, because ये जमाने में वो ads नहीं काम करेंगे. And if we are not coming to the realization of that front, then we are only stuck in our own way. So what Yellow has specifically done since the get-go is we have only evolved. And consistently, where the market demand came in, we plugged ourselves into the market demand. We didn't sit put and say that this is how we do it, this is what we do. We never did that. That's the reason why we were able to sustain for so long.
So I'm not going to take a name, but there is a brand who created a campaign by using all AI and faced backlashes.
People who do not like it now are the people who are within the industry. If you ask people outside of the industry, they don't care. It's not pertaining to them. You know how big this industry really is. If we consider India, okay, 140 crore people ka population. Out of 140 crore people, you know how many people work in advertising and marketing, just advertising and marketing by itself? Not more than 1.5 lakh people. Out of 140 crore people, 1.5 lakh people are the ones who only and only work in advertising and marketing in some capacity.
Yeah.
Out of those 1.5 lakh people, there is a vocal minority who is against this AI thing. Does it really make a difference from a brand perspective? Brands would love to do it because of the fact that it's saving costs. Agencies would love to do it and adopt it because of the fact that, again, saving costs, improving timelines, improving quality, every aspect of it. Do I say the fact that AI is the only approach? No, not. But I've run an agency for 14 years and I can tell you the fact that it's a remarkable change in terms of how we function, how we've managed to save on costs, managed to deliver stuff on time, managed to deliver even better stuff on time. So I know the brand you're talking about, and I know for a fact that the backlash I got. But what's good to your work if there's no backlash to it, right?
I think their audience didn't like that ad, and that's why they took it down. They eventually took
then that's a different thing altogether. Then I think we're talking about a different brand. Because the brand I know that the audience really liked the ad, but the people in the industry did not like the ad at all. People in the industry were very much against it. But people outside did not like that. Then your creative is bad. You know? It's not AI's fault. It's just your ideas, creative, everything is bad over there. So end of the day, AI is just another tool. I know. Okay. Okay. So that's something else we're talking about.
We are on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, in the era of social media, okay, so do you think TVC ads are still relevant or are they slowly becoming obsolete?
They will always be around. The way you balance out between TVC, which is also now DVC, which is digital video commercials now. So TVC, DVC, and then balanced it out with the right kind of amplification on social media. They both together work very, very well. The concern now is the fact that how many users are actually watching TV, which is a regular TV, right? Yeah. How many people are going on to a regular program television and going on a Star Plus or a Sony and all that stuff and watching your daily show? There were 500 brands wanting to make TVCs. In 5 years later, there are probably 100 brands wanting to make TVCs. So that's the difference that's happened. But they'll always be around as long as TV is a very important medium.
Yeah, even something D2C brand should invest in TVC occasionally, not regularly, but occasionally. We have seen now many brands gain massive visibility through the platform like Shark Tank India. So do you think
they do work? They do work in terms of getting you the awareness. I honestly do feel for a fact that there are a lot of brands who should invest in TVCs, who should invest in hoardings, should invest in reaching mass outreach if your target is the mass overall. What essentially does happen specifically is the fact that not all brands actually even have the budget for it.
Yeah.
So us as an agency even suggesting something like that is foolish, and then being selfish just to make a good portfolio out of it. I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to put any of my brands in that jeopardy. Go, no, you should make it. You should make it so that so that I'll have one new video on my portfolio. I don't care about that. End of the day, if a smallest of idea that I suggested, the fact that got the brand what it wanted, it's going to give me 10 new things to do. So I know that. So that's the reason why we would always work towards suggesting that. And when we don't work with a lot of startups, direct to consumer startups. We do work with a few of them here and there. We don't suggest that TVCs as an option at all. Because that's not an ideal option for them.
Ignore the budget part. So after that, like, can you suggest them to advertise on TVC? Because they could gain a massive visibility.
I would definitely tell them to make the DVCs, which is purely for like IPL, during specific large events. Yes, then definitely. If the budget is not a constraint, then 100% yes, because then you get the mass appeal. With our brands, so we work with Lifebuoy, which is into soaps. Lifebuoy.
Yeah.
There is one clear message in Lifebuoy, which is like, it's Kitanu Bhagao. That soap is never sold to you as a luxury, lifestyle, great fragrance kind of a soap at all. It's only sold to you as like Kitanu Bhagao type. Now that brand has come to us and saying that we want to change our entire positioning to make it more elevated luxury, make it more lifestyle product than just being a very focused towards Kitanu. Say, I'm saying that Dettol always sold to you as haath dho,
Yeah.
or Kitanu se bacho, right? Same kind of positioning Lifebuoy has, that take a bath with Lifebuoy and you'll stay away from all the germs, basically. Now, if that kind of a brand comes to us and says the fact that, okay, we are changing our entire positioning. We want a more lifestyle, luxury, forest essentials type positioning, which is like more driven towards feel good factor. The challenge that then comes in over there for something like us is a mass product. It's sold for 10 rupees for a bar of soap, 20 rupees for a bar of soap. Now, same 20 rupee bar of soap where for years and years the conditioning has been germ protection. How do we change that conditioning to be great fragrance, a great bathing experience overall? Then we suggest a DVC in that regard, specifically to a brand like Lifebuoy, and say the fact that, okay, let's reach out to the mass in one shot with one campaign, rather than doing small approaches. In this day and age, we still need to do those small approaches across the board, and also add on the large one campaign approach as well.
So okay, so I was asking like the Dettol, was it like you were just giving the example of like Lifebuoy, or it is your real thing?
It's a real client.
So like their brand positioning was different and now they want something different. So like how did you like position them like luxury or something? Like it's real question, like it is hard to do.
It is very hard to do. Very hard to do. So in that case, a DVC to reach out to a large audience at a given point of time for a new positioning works very well. Rather than me doing bit by bit social media posts, performance ads and something, that's when a DVC works very well. It all depends on what is the need. If fans needs that, then it makes sense to do it. Like I said, it should not be suggested because I want to make a better portfolio.
Even we do the DVC to change the overall brand positioning, still like audience like us, we know like Lifebuoy is for this thing. So we are not going to accept it as a luxury thing. Like we are changing the mindset of the people. So how did you do?
It's exactly the challenge is exactly like me telling you don't use WhatsApp anymore, start using Telegram. You'll try it out for a day. After that, you'll stop using it. You'll go back to WhatsApp because I'm asking you to change behavior, right?
Yeah.
It's not like it's not possible. It's not that it's not possible at all. There's one very important rule when it comes to brand building specifically, is that when you do launch a brand, specifically, if you're familiar with cars, okay, I'll give you an example from a car perspective. Okay, if you're a little bit familiar with cars, Mercedes has a top of the line model called the S class model, and they have the bottom of the line model, which is the A class model. Now, Mercedes, for the longest time, years and years, only sold S class, E class. They never launched anything cheaper. They all of a sudden thought there is a market demand. So now I can launch something cheaper, knowing the fact that people are demanding for it and they will be able to afford it more and they'll run to buy it. Today, Apple only sells you expensive products.
Yeah.
But today they come and tell you, okay, I have a laptop for $30,000. There are going to be millions of people going to jump to buy it. Right? And not a laptop for 1 lakh, but a laptop for $30,000. The biggest challenge that happens is you launch your brand with a 30,000 rupee product and then say 2 years later that now I'm launching a 1 lakh rupee product. In your mind, perceptions were built. ये तो cheap product है. ये expensive कैसा बनाएगा? Ladder में fit ही नहीं होगा.
Yeah, I agree.
So the Maruti, you know Maruti. Maruti always was known for cheap, affordable budget cars.
Yeah.
They wanted to enter the luxury segment and say, I want to make a luxury car. They could not sell it under the name Maruti. They had to start a new brand name called Nexa. They sell it under that name. Because of the point of the matter being, perception is built.
What did you suggest them, like at the end of all this thing? Like,
it's not over yet, right? So for us, it's a 3-year sort of a workflow process. Like I said, back in the day, you could have done one newspaper ad and one TVC and your job would have been done. In this day and age, you have to work differently. But the same idea, how does it translate differently with influencers, with purely performance ads, with social media, with on-ground presence, with some kind of offline material that we do? It's having one larger overarching story and the medium, passing it through via the medium. So at present, it's a very much a work in progress. We have not been able to establish it into this thing at all. It's a long-term challenge. It's not a short-term challenge at all.
okay, so one more thing, like before AI tools become common, so what process did you personally follow to come up with strong ideas? Like before the AI?
It was all in the mind. It was all in the mind only. So AIs are just coming out. The last 3 years, we have started using AI a lot. It was everything from the mind, like everything more human effort based, experience based, exposure based. What you see outside, what you learn outside, how do you come and implement it into your own work in some capacity? Our teams overall were asked to not look it up online and rather go out and search for it, where you learn 5 new things and come back. Our process has always remained that still till date. We purely, instead of now doing Google search or Pinterest, we do ChatGPT and Claude. What has changed over there is that. But who we are as individuals is still the same. That's the same way we work still. Our teams, for any major brand launch, any major branding campaign, brand design, or be it campaign launches all across, our teams normally do take a deep dive overall, and that always in the brainstorming sessions everywhere, it was always that deep dive of personal experiences, ideas that come to you first, and then take it from there.
Now let's move to our next segment, like advice corner. So like you are not just a founder but also a creative director at Yellow Advertising. So when you review portfolios, what is the one thing that instantly turns you off and one thing that immediately grabs your attention?
Great design, alignment, typography, usage of colors, usage of great references. That's what is immediately. Like, even if your work would be like a 5 on 10, but you used a great font, you presented it, you've explained it very well. Idea has no merit, but the way you explain the idea has been good. That's wonderful for me. As opposed to, we consistently have people with 10 years, 12 years, 14 years experience to apply, but have the most garbage of portfolios. And it is pathetic, the state of design in that age group specifically, and they feel the fact that we don't give them a chance, but we don't want to give such people a chance because the fact that they don't deserve a chance, because the fact that they spent 14 years doing crap. Rather than that, I would rather have working with people who are specifically who it's getting an A plus player in terms of an A plus personality, A plus intent, and but talent wise, you are basically at a C level. Fine, we will train you to become an A level player as long as you're hungry enough to learn and grow along with us. What normally happens with a lot of our talent is all homegrown talent. They've joined us at a very young age and they're still with us because they've grown with us, literally grown with us. They've literally worked one on one with me, or they've worked one on one with some other people, and they've literally grown with us. A lot of times, a lot of experienced talent that does come in, they come with their own prejudices, their own past baggage that they do carry, past knowledge that they do carry. It's not always bad, but the fact of being that as an agency, we function very differently as opposed to how other agencies function. And in that case, to keep up with that kind of a culture, it's very hard for a new person to adapt. Whereas a person who comes with the idea that, okay, I'm coming with a blank slate, I'm going to come and I'm going to learn and I'm going to really grow. I'm going to be exposed to 1,000 different new things in life and I'm going to be ready for it. If you come with that attitude, no matter how much talent you have, you're only going to excel. You're not going to not fail. You're not going to fail. Right? It's intent. I only look at intent, no matter how this thing is. But like when you ask me specifically from a portfolio perspective, your selection of typography, colors, alignment, so important.
Like this answer, I think, is coming from the POV of a graphic designer or like something, not for the copywriter.
Yes.
So, like for the copywriter, what criteria do you follow?
So we tend to not hire copywriters from advertising because I feel for a fact that they come very structured in their approach. We rather look at writers who are wanting to be writers, right? Not academically studied writing, but I was a lawyer and now I've changed my field because I love writing. I write books, I write poetry. Wow. And I'm going to make a career out of it. Yeah, those are my people. I would love to work with them because they have selected this. Like, they did something else and then they wanted to move for something else. With writers, specifically for us, writers are our backbone, like in our agency. So, and a lot of things flow via the writers. For us, that selection criteria is so important that our senior team of the writers is from social media background, is from a branding background. The junior team, none of them are from that background. They are either from a publication background, magazines, they worked in like digital publications, or they were in altogether different field and they now jump their field and move to something else purely because they have a love for writing. And then we train to make it better.
I have heard this first time because many other agencies, big agencies, like they want someone from like Mika, and there are lots of this school, I think school something like advertising school. So they want people from that background, and you are saying something different, and I love that. Seriously, I love that. So, like, could you tell me the best portfolio you have ever seen, and what made you think like it was the best portfolio?
She didn't just send me a CV and just like a Behance link, nothing of that sort. She damn made a video of why she feels she needs to be here. And she made a video, like I simply ask in interviews, I always ask these questions that if you're coming in over here, I'm expecting you to stay at least a minimum of 5 years, at least before we can see the fact that, okay, where do you want to grow? You want to move on in life or you want to continue growing in the company? If I'm seeing you as a 5-year trajectory, and if I'm seeing you as a 5-year trajectory, where do you see yourself in the 5th year? Is the question I always ask. You can tell intent of the person in that very minute. The fact, are they actually picturing themselves over years, 5 years, or they just want to work in a cool agency and tell their friends I work in an agency? I never interviewed that person. I purely got a video on why she should be here and where does she see herself growing and taking the company, not selling herself, not saying I know this, I know that, I have done this, I have done that. No. So that video had nothing of that, and it was absolutely brilliant. That's one of the best series I've ever seen. She's here. I didn't even interview one. I saw the video. I said, like, what are we doing? Just get this girl.
So what was the video about? What she exactly said?
So she basically made it a first person, like a short video, and I spoke about some work that we have done 4 years ago, and wrote about and spoke about what she liked about the work. Then she wrote about, okay, I just decided I want to retreat it and do it, give my own twist to it, and she gave her own twist to it. Then she decided the fact that, okay, I would love to join the video team and become a video editor, but
Yeah.
I just don't want to be a video editor. I want to lead the video team in the next few years' time. I want to see this company grow in this manner, which was entirely very much music to my ears, kind of.
Okay, so when you were young, what mistakes did you make that you would want to share with aspiring creatives so they can avoid them?
We only learn from our mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. I make mistakes every day. I feel one of the biggest mistakes I would have made is not hiring correctly. And I feel the fact that that did set us back a few years, where I feel that as an agency we could have grown twofold from here. That did set us back because of hiring wrong. Because the wrong people in your team can actually not only stop your growth, but make you grow backwards.
Yeah, actually, I agree, totally agree.
Yeah.
So the last segment, जनता जाना चाहती है. Okay, so would you this question is in the same thread. Would you consider hiring someone just based on the spec ads without any agency experience? And I think I got the answer.
I only hire on intent, right? I'm not looking for people who come here just to make a quick buck. So my problem is the fact that if people come with the intention that I need to be paid more, I want to be this thing, then this is not the agency for that. No matter how creative you are, if you are not going to be working as per how we want to work, or your intent is not correct, right? No matter how good you are, we will not get you out here. If spec ad is good, yeah, great, got my attention now. But when we're talking,
yeah,
and I can totally tell the fact that one spec ad you made or one creative you made got good traction on LinkedIn. I got thousands of people who liked it. So bhai, usme hi pada rahe. You know what I mean? You can, if you're able to consistently get that going, for 1 month, are you able to do that consistently? For 5 months, are you able to do it consistently? For 1 year without giving up, are you able to do it consistently? Then fine, yeah. Because there are a lot of people who are one-hit wonders, right? Who will make one thing good, or got published somewhere. Wow, I'm the king of the world. And I've met a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And end of the day, what happens then is the fact that then they remain known for that one thing that they did. And in an agency of our scale, like every month there's something new. Every day there's something new. And every day is going to demand you to be better than what you were yesterday. But if you remain stuck on your past laurels, then you're never going to grow further from here.
Okay, so now let's wrap this up with one funny question. Okay, so I think you love this question. So if you had to summarize your life with a song, which one would it be?
Oh wow! Oh wow! So I don't know if you're familiar with this artist. Okay, so there's a music artist called the artist's name is Daughter. The artist's name is Daughter, and the song's name is called Run. Okay, and the song just has very simple chorus, which is on the lines of, "Don't know what we are doing, don't know what we have done, but the fire is coming, so I think we should run." So, and I love that line a lot, because we are always in the chase of something, always running, and that's what my life has always been, is trying to outdo myself, and constantly running because of fires coming right behind me. So I think, if I had to summarize my life in one song, that would be that song. Because you put me on the spot, I can think a lot more, but I feel that's the song in front of my.
Yeah, even like I can vibe. Like this song actually match with your personality. I can say it. I can sense this. I can
uh,
sense this.
I, I don't know how much, but yeah, I really resonate with that song.
I don't know why, but I can see the like hunger in you. Like I want to be the best. Like this kind of vibe I am getting from you. I don't know why, but yeah, I am.
The hunger to be the best. To be honest with you, I just have the hunger to be satisfied in what I do. Like I honestly, we don't internally, we don't ever track any of the competition of what they are doing. I have never in my life gone on the competition's Instagram page and seen what they are doing. Like I don't care. Like I don't pay attention to it. For me, it's always been the fact that how do I make my product better? How do I make my agency better? And better than any other agency? No, just better in general. How do I take the industry and the country forward? So I have the hunger for that, yes. Do I want to be the best at what I do? If I become the best at what I do, it's a byproduct. Doesn't matter to me. But am I going to be satisfied and going to sleep well at night because of what I'm doing? Yeah, that's what I want.
So thank you so much, Shrey, for taking the time to share such a valuable and experience from your journey. And it truly means a lot for me. And I'm sure like many aspiring creatives listening to this will take away so many things.
I hope
Thank
they do,
you
and I
so
hope it was
much.
helpful. And thank you so much.
Did you
Thank you,
enjoy?
Anisha. It was a pleasure.
Did you enjoy
Absolutely. I love the question. I
question?
love the question because I do this a lot. I do these a lot, and people always ask me the standard questions on my journey. But you actually went a lot more deeper onto it, and I really love that a lot.
I researched a lot for this. So thank you for your time.
Much appreciated.
This podcast is built only for one purpose, to help you to break into the world of advertising and grow within it. So, if you have any doubt or queries or you are feeling stuck, just drop your queries in the comment box and let our experts guide you. And now, time to reveal our big surprise. You know what? Most creative aspirants face rejection not because they lack talent, but because of their portfolio. Their portfolio doesn't hit the mark and they don't know what the agency are really looking for. So, here is your chance. Drop your portfolio link in the comment section and 3 lucky winners will get a free portfolio review by industry experts. So don't miss this chance. And one more thing, आप हमारे शो में किस गेस्ट को नेक्स्ट देखना चाहते हैं, उनको या तो टैग करें या तो फिर उनका नाम कमेंट सेक्शन में ड्रॉप करें. आई विल ट्राई माई बेस्ट to invite that person here. You know what? Every person needs motivation. तो जब आप सब्सक्राइब करते, लाइक करते, कमेंट करते हैं तो it motivates me to do my best. So please keep liking, commenting and sharing, especially with someone who is trying to enter into the world of advertising. Maybe a single video उसकी लाइफ चेंज कर दे. Who knows?